The St. Louis Science Center is a unique part of the St. Louis community. A place where learning combines with fun, the center's mission is to ignite and sustain lifelong science and technology learning. The more than 700 hands-on exhibitions allow the prehistoric world to come alive and ambiguities in the natural world to become understandable. Visitors of any age travel far and near to satisfy their inner curiosity. The origins of the St. Louis Science Center began in 1856 when the Academy of Science of St. Louis was founded as the first science organization west of the Mississippi River. Almost exactly 100 years later, in 1959, the organization created the Museum of Science and Natural History, which was designated as part of the Zoological Park and Museum District in 1971, where it still exists today as separate from the Academy of Science of St. Louis. In the 1980s, the center outgrew its original facilities in Oak Knoll Park and acquired the James S. McDonald Planetarium. With a $34 million expansion, the Science Center opened in 1991 as we know it today. The main exhibition space is just south of Forest Park, and the James S. McDonald Planetarium is connected by a bridge across the highway. The first floor of the Science Center houses this Life Science Lab, where visitors can participate in educational programming with museum staff and computers, and the Human Adventure Gallery, where hands-on activities allow visitors to explore how their own bodies work and have developed throughout history. The lower level explores ecology and the environmental past, with galleries that showcase dinosaurs, natural processes, and archaeology. The Experience Energy Lab is where visitors can do activities that make concrete this difficult topic of energy. Center Stage is where visitors can watch and participate in scientific demonstrations on a variety of topics led by museum staff members. The second floor of the museum contains the Discovery Room, Lego Mindstorms, and Cyberville, which is currently closed for construction. It also houses the OmniMax Theater, where visitors can buy tickets to a variety of shows on an enormous screen. As an informal educational institution, the Science Center has more freedom to explore aspects of science that people are interested in, rather than having to teach to a test the way a school does. The Science Center organizes its galleries and exhibitions by combining what people are interested in and what you would find in the table of contents of a science textbook. Luckily, these often overlap, like in the case with the Health and Human Body exhibition. Understanding the human body, its capabilities, its development, and its history is certainly an important area of study in the science community, and is something that directly affects every person every day. The Science Center's audience includes people of all ages and educational backgrounds. When asked what kind of prior knowledge the Science Center assumes of its visitors, Christian Greer, the St. Louis Science Center's Chief Education and Programs Officer, said that they make no assumptions beyond a natural human curiosity and innate desire to learn and understand the world. The fear in making assumptions about the level of experience and previous engagement with science is that the museum would gear the exhibitions more towards people who have an established interest, instead of having a way to say, whoever you are and whatever your level of knowledge, here is something for you to explore. Apart from fueling the needs of the general public and inspiring the masses, the Science Center also serves specific groups and gears programs to different types of individuals. Though the Science Center has no direct partnerships with particular schools in the area, students of all ages take field trips to the center with their classes throughout the school year. Schools and other curriculum-based groups like the Boy Scouts and the Girls and Boys Club come to the center with their own agendas and the Science Center staff help them to achieve their goals. While the center has relationships with some teachers who regularly bring their classes to the Center for Exploration and Discovery, Christian Greer said that the Science Center is working on creating more concrete relationships with schools and youth groups in the area. Over the summer and other school holidays like spring break, the Science Center opens its doors as a summer camp for preschool to high school students, providing them with fun educational programs in robotics, space exploration, archaeology, engineering, and biology. The Science Center also offers programs that appeal to an older audience. First Fridays are event programming on the first Friday of every month, geared towards visitors older than 16, with hands-on activities and screenings of classic science fiction movies. The Science Center updates its exhibitions every 6 to 8 months in order to keep them as up-to-date and accurate as possible. However, this is a challenge for the center because they don't always have the infrastructure or funds to present the most advanced technologies. Additionally, in the digital age, the Science Center is constantly competing with the wealth of information that the Internet provides to the public almost instantaneously. Greer argues that the Science Center has a leg up in this respect because it not only provides visitors with new information, but also with hands-on ways to physically experience that information and technological advances for themselves. For example, the Science Center will soon be providing visitors with an opportunity to explore the mission to Pluto for themselves through an experience in the Omnimax Theater. Thinking critically about how the Science Center fits the traditional role of a museum is complicated. Technically, the Science Center does not identify as a museum, which is specified in its purposeful name as a center. However, it is often thought of as a museum by visitors because of the same basic principles of education and collection. This self-definition as a science center allows the St. Louis Science Center to extend the meaning of a museum. The center is a place where visitors can discover new knowledge for themselves instead of learning about what someone else has created or discovered. The knowledge may be old, but the discovery is new and personal to each visitor. Another way the Science Center complicates the definition of a museum is through its collection. Christian Greer said that the ultimate goal of the Science Center is to create a space that inspires wonder and further exploration. Greer said that museums are often defined by their collection, and what makes the Science Center unique is that while they have a collection of physical objects that they put on display, Greer categorizes their collection as a collection of ideas that they display and explain through activities and exhibitions that allow visitors, in a sense, to collect this knowledge for themselves in the experiences that they gain from their time there. Visitors do this in all areas of the center, including the Experience Energy section, where they can participate in hands-on activities that make concrete this abstract topic, and the Life Science Lab, where people of all ages can work at lab benches assisted by a computer to understand DNA sequencing. The Science Center hopes to take this hands-on exploration and collection of knowledge even further with something called citizen science. Citizen science extends to the lives of everyday people. Scientists often have work that they need help completing, but can't be done quickly or efficiently by computers. Scientists can enlist the help of citizens to help with things like sorting galaxies or looking out for bird migrations. This would help the Science Center expand the influence of science beyond their physical site into all areas of the St. Louis community. The St. Louis Science Center truly combines fun and personal learning in a way that is accessible to everyone who comes to visit. Their hands-on activities inspire wonder and a thirst for knowledge that is important in any kind of educational institution.